¿Existirá video más viral que el de Tom Holland bailando Umbrella? Hablé con la coreógrafa detrás de este número musical que nos presentó, me parece, mundialmente a este actor que venía creciendo un montón, pero quizás no era tan conocido como en este momento, que es prácticamente furor. Hablé con Danielle Flora sobre cómo fue pensar este número, sobre los problemas que tuvieron a la hora de plantear esta producción y sobre lo bien que bailaba, lo mucho que sabía antes de hacer esto y lo que se sorprendió de ver los resultados, todo en este cortito informe sobre cómo fue hacer ese número musical llamado Umbrella con Tom Holland.
We now return to Mira Akien and Contré with our latest interview.
I have nothing but wonderful things to say. It was professional and fun and an incredible dancer. And it was just a really cool moment knowing that this was like going to be the beginning, like his moment as entering into like, you know, at least the Americas and like, you know, it was like a big opening. If I remember correctly, it was like a big opening number for the MTV Video Music Awards. And it was awesome. It was really, really cool. And he was just really game and down to doing anything, which made the experience for me really, really exciting. Just, you know, anyone that comes onto a show like Lip Sync Battle and they're like excited and willing to play and have fun and just go that extra mile is always, it just makes my job so much easier. And he was all of those wonderful things.
I'm Tom Holland and I play Billy in Billy Elliot the Musical.
How much did his ballet experience help to this, and did he propose any steps to the choreography?
Gosh, I don't know if he proposed any. It's been so long. I mean, I'm definitely somebody that's open to listening and hearing people's energy and advice. So I'm sure he had some feedback somewhere along the lines. But yeah, at the very beginning, when we did the more, you know, that more traditional dance at the beginning, like he was wonderful. I'm pretty sure he did like, he was turning, what he did like 4 pirouettes or something, like it was nothing. It was just really cool to see because the majority of the people that can't come on Lip Sync Battle at that time weren't professional dancers. So to have a professional dancer that was willing to show off all aspects and then on top of that play Rihanna was just like really cool.
Just singing, singing in the rain.
The original Rihanna video, I never really watched that before he came. Like I try not to do that because it's so easily to be influenced by these great choreographers that do music videos. So we never really watched videos for inspiration before. We knew we wanted an umbrella. We knew that we wanted water, and I knew he was a dancer. And that's really all we knew. We knew we wanted a transformation, like a cool costume change. We had like specific beats, and then you take those beats and you're like, okay, let's see how we can do this, what we can do. And the way Lip Sync Battle would work is I would choreograph, and then all the dancers would learn everything. So when Tom or any of the other celebrities show up, they're walking into a number that's prepared. And so they'll sit down, and like me or an assistant will play the Tom Holland character just so he can get the big picture of what it's supposed to look like. And then from there, I'm like, okay, do you have any feedback? Is there anything you don't like? You know, do you have anything you want to add? So it evolves. It definitely evolves once you get your celebrity in the room. So I just, all I remember really specifically with Tom is that he was just really wonderful and like just game to play and have fun and like, you know, and then like, I remember being like, hey, you know, can you turn? Or, you know, I didn't understand like how gifted he was as a dancer. So, you know, you just throw it out there. You don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. Like, hey, what do you think? Can you do this? He's like, oh yeah, I can do that. You know, like anything you ask, he's like, oh yeah, I can do that. And I was like, oh wait, you really can. Especially this stuff in the water. Like that was pretty physical, you know, and scary to have a celebrity dancing in the water. There's so many bad things that can happen. You can slip, you can fall, you can break your back, you can do all these things. And, you know, the fact that he was, one, allowed to do it, and then two, also executed it so aggressively and wonderful. It was just like, it was fabulous.
I think Zendaya as well was having fun.
Yeah, she was having a blast too. She's amazing. I mean, she was just as amazing. Like,
yeah,
just as amazing.
But I have two questions like related to this. The first one is how much did she know? Because there's a lot of that video that is in her face, in her reactions to Tom's dancing. It's like she's having a lot of fun. How much did she know of what he was going to do?
Well, I don't know. The idea for lip sync battle is that we keep it separated. Their rehearsals are at different times. Like our whole goal is that it is a surprise and that you get a natural reaction. Now, do they tell each other, on the phone what they're doing? I have no idea. But in terms of production, we do everything we can to keep it separated so that, you want to honest enjoy it. Like you're saying, it looked like she was super surprised. And I hope that's the truth because you do want that natural, organic reaction.
You mentioned the water a few times. I want to ask you how was proposing that, how was working with that, because as you mentioned, it's dangerous. I think he ends the number with a flip and he lands on his back on the water. So how was thinking of that?
It was hard to get approved. That's for sure. There was a lot of things had to go into getting water on the stage, making sure no one gets electrocuted. I mean, it's boring stuff, but it's really hard to get water like that on stage. There's so many rules in production, and especially at the studio that we were filming in, their rules were very strict with fire and water. And so we, and also it's a fortune. So it's not cheap. So I think there were many things against us, but we ended up being able to get it. We had an incredible executive producer, Casey Patterson, who worked tirelessly to make sure that we got the water, and we got the water.
The other thing I read is that he almost used heels. Is that correct? That you were thinking of him having heels during this choreography? Is that so?
We always want them in heels.
And what happened?
It's not realistic. So in water, you can't have heels. It would have been a really bad call. And at the end of the day, we always went for comedy. So a lot of times the best dancing wasn't really what we were going for. I mean, with Tom, it worked out brilliantly, but I mean, the dancing comedy wasn't always the most important thing.
Yeah, there's comedy into Tom's number as well. Since you mentioned that you only have the stars the night before, how long did it take to him to learn the steps and the different parts of this choreography?
Yeah, so we actually had Tom and Zendaya for a little bit longer than we normally had people, just because it was a special moment. I forget how long we had them. Again, it was a while ago, but not much. Maybe 2 days. He learned so. Actually, let me give Zendaya a lot of credit. The two of them learned really fast. I mean, Zendaya had no problems picking up any of that choreography. And Bruno Mars is so funky, and that number is so funky. And it was just natural for her. And Tom, I mean, we lucked out. We had two really good people that understood what they needed to do, and they executed it so great and had so much fun doing it. And they were just, it was a really cool moment for us, for sure.
Why do you think this one in particular went so viral? That it's you can't go on Twitter or on Instagram a week entirely without seeing at least 20 seconds of the video, because everyone is sharing it and sharing it again and resharing it and finding new things. Why do you think this happened with this particular dance?
I think because he is so committed and he's so good, and it's just, it's a feel good. And the choreography is really fun. He's executing all of it. He's feminine when he needs to be. He was masculine at the top of and then when he's in the water, he's giving you acro, he's giving you it's just, I think we have all the beats to make a successful moment. And, his commitment, it's all about just being committed and going for it. And he did. And that's why you are excited to watch it and you like watching it over again, because he's enjoying himself too. And he just went for it.